Hello everyone, and welcome to the RaiderNick instigated Pluto mission in Kerbal Space Program with Realism Overhaul and Sol System. RaiderNick on my Discord decided to challenge me to land a Skylab-sized habitat on Pluto. RaiderNick did not say anything about bringing said habitat back. The quote is, "Since you are doing mega rockets now, I'd like to see you land the Skylab on Pluto or a HAB of equivalent size." So that's all that was required, and I believe in sticking very close to requirements. So I'm gonna start a new save sandbox mode with my flag. I'm not going to do comms. I think we're just gonna crew this. RaiderNick didn't say anything about putting crew on board for the mission, but that's practically the only thing that's going to make this difficult. And what's the point of a HAB anyway if we don't put crew on board? But we'll see. And it's stipulated that I am allowed to make a mega rocket, so we can go all the way up to my monument rocket if necessary, but I don't think that's necessary. So we should find ourselves a Pluto window first. Not that that will matter much, because we're going to use ions or equivalent, which are very slow. So let's just, it's basically at the right time right now, though. 66 years is a long travel time. I don't want a 66-year travel time. Less travel time, because otherwise we have to carry more supplies. Oh, there it actually ends up being that if I limit it to about 15 years, it gives us 9 years. That's not too bad, right? So what seems to happen is if we set the limit to 20 years, we have a requirement of about 21,800. But then if I make it go faster, and that's about 15 years, then it automatically goes to 9 years and 222 days, and it doesn't cost all that much more. So you can see on the little graph here that there's a horizon, and we sort of hit a special minimum. So we want to do that for sure. So let's, this isn't even including a Jupiter boost or anything like that. That would increase the amount of insertion delta V anyway. So let's try for that. But it's going to be complicated trying to hit that, on account of the fact that we're going to be using the electric engines, and the electric engines are going to be taking a long time to get up to speed. Alright, so working on the habitat, we need to get it Skylab level, which is at least 70 tons. And so I'm going to use HAB 3. And we'll see how much that amounts to, and then add mass from there. HAB 3 has the benefit that we can launch it as is without putting a fairing around it. And we can add extra levels to add mass. Maybe I should plan 30 years of supplies. Now, RaiderNick did not say anything about how many people I was supposed to send or anything like that. So we can take some liberties. We're not gonna try and use any advanced technology or KSP interstellar stuff. Equivalent of the CC engine. Now, how much delta V do we actually need to land with? Let's see. We'll need power that isn't solar panels. That's another thing. So escape velocity is 1,210 meters per second. That's normally my estimate for how much it's going to take to land. So we're just about right with it right now. 0.06 Gs. But we also potentially want to lift off again? Do they need to come back? This is a philosophical issue. We're gonna have them come back. Let's have a fairing around and a docking port on the nose instead. That would be enough to land and lift off again. Now, power for when we're on the surface. That looks fancy. You can threaten anybody wanting to dock with our RTG radiation. They're 110 watts each. So 16 of them provides 1.76 kilowatts. That's just for this onboard power. We can have more power on the rest. We will have more power on the rest of it because we've got a reactor that's going to power electric engines. Maybe we'll use Pekka's rocket. I don't know. I don't have to use my rocket for this. Nearly 120 tons that has to get into orbit around Mars. Not Mars. I wish. Pluto. So in principle, they could go into the supply area. And now we're gonna have the supplies. Okay, with a recycler for water, that should be okay. But I'm gonna tuck this up in there, I think. But before I do, let me action group it. Well, this is the fun part. We need... how much in theory? It said 22,300, but we're obviously gonna need more than that because that's like instantaneous burn levels. So call it 40,000. And we're gonna use my vast mirrors. So that's 40,000 in 180 days. Let's just set that aside and see about, say, more immediately doable version. Does this allow argon? Probably not. We need the high pressure. So then there's the current existing Vasmir engine which we've tested, though launching it is hard. And then there's this upscaled version. So then it takes 1 year to get 26,000, which is weird. Like, how is argon like? Well, but these are less thrust. They take less power probably too. Maybe if we get another bunch of them. So that's the argon version, and then this is the hydrogen version. Well, the hydrogen version sure is lighter. As long as we supply the power, it should be fine. These need a combined, basically 10 megawatts. Just a reminder, the ISP of these is 12,710. The max thrust is 210 newtons. We could add more supplies. And then we would add more here. But maybe for the first try, we shouldn't. We just want to get there. So the reactor will provide power. We just need to make sure that we have enough radiator capacity. It seems happy. That's quite a unit, huh? Can deliver 40,000 in 180 days. Can land somewhere, have them last for 12 years or so. But its thrust is horrible. Of course. These will need to run on the hydrogen gas. Oh, we should have a control unit on this section. So what we're saying is, we would like a little bit of a boost, but what we're saying is we can do this getting 380 tons to low Earth orbit. If these did everything to get us to Pluto. And we're needing 22,000 there, and we have 40,000 there. But, you know, how these kinds of burns tend to be. So we would like a little bit of a boost. 1,550? Oh. Maybe we'll mix and match rockets. I mean, this probably won't get us much. Let's see. I'm looking for a boost so that at least we're on escape before we have to start using the Vastamir engines. They can complete orbit and probably get us on escape. Let's just say a nice 1,000 tons to low Earth orbit, huh? Now, whose inner stage is better? Oh, well, this has it built in, doesn't it? Well, then we have to go with it. Oh, but then you have the wings. Okay, well, we'll cross-feed alright. I mean, I actually, you know what? I could probably add more. I mean, the name I would give to this arrangement would not be flattering. I'm sure this will cause no lag at all. But if it's a Pluto mission, it should have lag. Okay. Well, now staging looks like a mess. Oh, did something happen to the cross speeds? They should still be there. What would this be? Velocis 24. Oh, don't forget the MLI layers on the hydrogen tank. Then it's better just to go northbound on this one for daylight. Okay, so change to that. Go. Becca insisted I did not need to put Separatrons, so we're gonna find out. This could have gone very bad. You're lucky, Becca. This could have gone very badly right there. Seems like we could do with one booster less, actually, maybe. We could probably put more on the upper stage, considering the Delta V we have. This is actually going to make it to orbit on this stage, which I didn't intend. Well, after this makes orbit, we'll try to get it over to Pluto. Oh, what happened to people? No, we were supposed to have the Kerbals on board. Where did they decided to hide? Alright, well, we're going to do a test then. Unkerbled test. The Kerbals are strangely afraid of my rockets these days. Alright, so 400 extra there. So we can carry more. Maybe we can carry some more food to actually bring Kerbals back. Alright, but for now, let's make sure this can decouple properly. I'm not too sure I wanted that fairing to go. But as long as it's all attached, it's okay. So what we're going to do is get into solar orbit, and then we have some long electric engine burns. We don't really want the apoapsis on this side, we want it over here somewhere. Well, really over here somewhere. That would be best. So, I mean, we could have just waited, but we'll do that with the crewed mission. One downside is, without any Kerbals, nobody's consuming the food, water, and oxygen. So that actually hurts our Delta V. We can dump it, but, you know. Just worth noting. It stopped short? Why? Oh, I did actually finish that. Oh, it left quite a bit in here, though. Interesting. Okay, fine. No, well, that's all right. That is enough. They're both sort of just spinning around. Music's appropriate. $17°. Gosh darn it, Pluto. Well, we'll have to do something about that too. Right. We can't just go with the ecliptic for Pluto, can we? Oh, great. Just a Uranus transfer just like that. If only Pluto was that easy. Okay, right there. 8 years? We wanted 9 years. It definitely seems like we need to go up a bit. But then it loses me the encounter. Okay, you know, I mean, that's pretty close, right? Probably we're gonna mess up anyway. Gosh darn it. It's hard when it doesn't want to show things that far out. Right now, that's the situation. The problem is, you know, I'm doing a mid-course correction for the inclination, this one. But it's not letting me see what happens when I correct that. Well, we're changing our orbit. Very, very slowly. Well, it seems like we already passed where we want to be. So how about we stop there for now. Okay, so we have to wait 2 years to do that burn. Off we go. Hydrogen boil-off seems to be well controlled. And the further away we get from the sun, the better off that ought to be. No random real fuel shenanigans as far as recalculating that, hopefully. Alright, let's see how long this will take. 24 days. Alright. Well, now for the hard part, capture. We probably need to do a bit before we get into Pluto SOI, but let's just see the magnitude of the problem. I'm not anticipating that Pluto's gotta be real helpful on this. This is much worse than I was told. Oh, I don't have the alarm up again. It shouldn't be this much. Should it? Well, okay. It looks like it's that much. We have 22,000 because I anticipated bad things happening, but this is a little bit worse than I thought. 69 days to do it. So that's 7 years, 161 days. Well, we're only 2 days in Pluto SOI, so we can't do it in there. Well, I'm gonna take that. We're gonna do it, and then we'll figure it out. Let me save though. Just in case this is the wrong strategy. Alright. 50 days. Okay, we can get a little bit closer. I don't know, it doesn't seem like we did that burn in 50 days, does it? We started 50 days before periapsis. It said a 50-day node burn time, and we did not manage it in 50 days. It seems like we have some electric power issues. Let me just load. We do not seem to have the electric power we once had? Is that what's gone on? Maybe it's been too long with the reactor. It's not meant for this kind of duration. Actinides are happening. Maybe that's a problem. Fission burn up, it says. Oh, now we can get more. Oh, okay. Maybe. Well, I'll drop that for now until we need it. Not too sure why waste heat is going up at that time warp. We do need to go at this time warp. Well, now it's going down at this time warp. Well, I'm gonna try again and just make sure that that minimum throttle is where it needs to be. So, it said 50 days. I'll do it 60 days ahead. So when it says 50-day node burn time, it should mean it. Maximum electric power seems to be going down. I might thrust limit these a little bit to compensate for that. Still sort of steadily going down there. Oh, no, it didn't. Nope, it's drawing electric charge. Nope, using it too fast. No, it's something to do with the KSP interstellar reactor generator deal. I don't know why the hot bath temperature is as high as it is. We need to pick a reactor throttling that isn't gonna cause this electric power, this electric efficiency to keep going down. Well, those megajoules are sure melting away. The electric efficiency is going down. It's not gonna hold for enough time. Well, they went off. Maybe they just don't. Maybe the reactor just has a thing where it can't last for more than 10 years, and that's that. Okay. I mean, it would be a feature, not a bug, if you will. So, some better explanation could be valuable. I mean, I guess maybe we need more radiator, but why do we need more out here when it was working closer to the sun? The cold bath temperature here matches the heat sink temperature over here. Okay, you know what? Maybe we should go to the tracking station and come back to it. Maybe it'll reset some heat thing. Well, the temperature is going down. Has something to do with the temperature, pretty sure. But why would it be hot? And temperature going up. Oh, now the electric charge is going. Okay. So, something about the heat suddenly. It wasn't doing that before, but now, you know, in the cold part of the solar system, it's decided to do this. Nope, it's still got the problem. Okay, but it's just getting hotter. Fine. Infinite electricity. Okay, let's see if we can do something. Well, that's looking more like the orbit that we want. Probably the rest we should just do in Pluto SOI. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that will take 9 days. We should be able to do it in Pluto's sphere of influence. There's Pluto. Don't need that anymore. Darn it, has the darn seams again. Okay, well, we're gonna try and land. Uh-oh. Our RCS does not seem to be working. Okay. Well, that set does. These guys have the wrong ISP, it looks like. Maybe they're misconfigured. I think we'll land over here. It gives us a feeling of flats and nicer places to land. I don't trust the cream-colored area, which seems maybe bumpier. But I'm thinking of the moon, so maybe this is the wrong way to think about it. Oh, fizz warp. Oh, I guess we're limited to fizz warp below 109 because of its really, really stupidly thin atmosphere. Is that the case? There, Pluto landing. Nope. Now we have to bear with fizz warp. Gosh. Actually. Yeah, it's got an atmospheric height of 110 kilometers. Even though it's 0.00001 atmosphere, and so now we have to deal with fizz warp. Maybe they should have just not done that. I think it would be fine not to have Pluto having an atmosphere. Or have it lower. It's another possibility. I was gonna wait until we get over there, but the way we're going, I don't have that kind of patience. So we will land here instead. Okay, fine. Not here. That might be too close. Over here. Now I just have to worry about the slopes. There's definitely some slopes. Well, here it comes. We are on the surface. So softly, I didn't... Oh no! Oh no! We're not on the surface. We're not on the surface. We're not on the surface. Uh-oh. 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 No! No! No, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Eek! No legs. We're just straight up. Oh no! 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 Not on Pluto as well. No! Boing. Boing. It's just inevitable. Well, this is what happens when you don't put landing legs. I have fulfilled RaiderNick's requirements. It's 102 tons, which is definitely heavier than Skylab. It is a HAB technically, even though we don't have Kerbals inside. And RaiderNick did not say anything about landing upright. So, it's okay. Maybe next time we'll send Kerbals, but I don't know about what was going on with our power. Let's take off the infinite electricity. We didn't really need it for the lander anyway. Well, actually, the electric charge, apparently we've got much more electric charge draw than the RTGs can provide, so we probably wouldn't be able to stay for very long. Whoops. Anyway, maybe there's a low power mode on these things. Probably. Alright, well, with this happenstance, I've landed on Pluto. It doesn't happen very often. I'll wrap it up here for today. So with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you folks next time.